Hello, my name is Tony Cole, and I call myself a media wrangler. I was a journalist for many years in local newspapers, the BBC World Service, BBC Local Radio, and BBC Regional TV. And what I've now been doing for more than 40 years is preparing people like you to give interviews to journalists in traditional media and new ones like podcasts and influencer videos. In film and television, a wrangler is an animal trainer. So the title implies that I wrestle journalists to the floor in a Wild Westy kind of way. I don't actually. I teach you to do it instead. But it sounds cool, doesn't it? A lot sexier than media coach, which is what I called myself before. So I decided to dangle the wrangle angle. So why talk to the media? Because a media interview is an opportunity to talk to thousands, sometimes millions of people. Or a small group, but exactly the right ones to receive your message. If you pick the right outlet, the audience may include your customers, your suppliers, your employees, your neighbours, your MPs, your funders, or anyone else who you would love to get your message across to. Did you know an average local TV news broadcast reaches more people than Churchill spoke to in his entire career? And it's free. Journalists will report your story because it's interesting, not because you've paid them. That's why editorial content, that's to say the news bits written by journalists, carry more weight than advertising. If you say, "I'm brilliant" in an advert, well, who cares? Everyone assumes you're just bragging. If a journalist reports factually what you say or do, people are more inclined to believe it. Now, I hope I've convinced you that media coverage about you or something you say or do is a good idea. Yes? Now we have to convince the media that you have a story in journalistic terms. First, figure out what your story is. A story to a journalist is a unit of interestingness, and that's the bait which will get them to write about you. But beyond that, it's hard to get two journalists to agree on the ingredients of news. So when I was a young reporter, I decided to define it for myself. I developed my own formula for the ingredients of news. It's called the chortle formula because the listed components spell out the word chortle. It still works today. It's a good way to brainstorm whether you've got a story at all for your chosen audience and also to figure out the best angle to lead with in a press release. Here is the formula with some helpful trigger questions to help you and your team to tease out the ingredients of news. In the chortle formula, C stands for conflict. Journalists love a fight. As they say in the United States, if it bleeds, it leads. This is very primal. All animals, and we are animals, share a fascination with blood, death and horror. It's ultimately about staying alive. If we know where the danger is, we are less likely to get caught up in it. And in a fight, we like to know that our tribe is winning. So if you put some kind of punch up in your story, which you can do, and you'll get a lot of attention, but beware. Social media algorithms create and exaggerate conflict. That can easily distort the facts. You can alienate your allies and end up looking like the bad guy. A safer and more socially responsible approach is to talk about your own struggle, and that's the conflict, the struggle between you and your problems. For example, say you just opened a new independent coffee shop. Ask yourself, what challenges did I face and overcome? Financing, bureaucracy, marketing, confidence, decorating skills, could be anything. It doesn't matter what these things are. The point is that you overcame them all, so we can report the story in terms of a fight in which you came out on top. It works, believe me, try it. H is for human. People don't actually buy products and services. Not at first, at least, and not psychologically. They buy the people who sell them. Facts don't move audiences. Real human beings do. Remember, facts are Brussels sprouts. Emotions are ice cream. So what does the coffee shop mean to you personally? How about the staff? Who sacrificed what to get as far as this with the project? Would you like to thank anybody? Do any of your family work here? Your friends? Your neighbours? Do you do anything in a different way because of someone's preferences or special needs? Would your family be proud of you if they could see you here today? O stands for odd or unusual. Anything unusual is likely to be more memorable. As the old saying goes, dog bites man is not a story. Well, it is really. but not much of one. Man bites dog is a much better one. So is there anything unusual about your new enterprise, or the way you brought it about, or the way you're celebrating the opening? Think about the Guinness Book of Records. Is your coffee shop the first, last, biggest, smallest, anythingist of its type? Anything that makes it stand out? R stands for relevant. Is there a coffee shop here already? What additional needs are you fulfilling with yours? Can your audience relate to what you're providing? Does it improve life for this locality, this community, this sector, these people? If not, you've lost the audience. T stands for topical. News is new. Who knew? Something that's happening now. Why are you opening today on this date in particular? Anything significant about it? Make sure that your event doesn't clash with any other big event on the same day, because it'll hit your attendance figures. If you need to hit the media on a certain day with this project, you can mark your press release with an embargo. That's an agreed release date and time. Journalists will normally stick to these as they are convenient for both sides. L stands for literally true. The brain can't tell the difference between truth and lies, honestly. But witnesses can. So don't tell porkies. When you're excited because it's opening day, it's very tempting to say, for example, we could make £1 million in the first 6 months. Well, don't do that. And if you do say something that turns out to be untrue, correct it as soon as you can. A public lie or mistake creates a lot of witnesses, so there's a good chance that you'll be found out. There's a phrase that I love, coined by the American judge Louis Brandeis back in 1913. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. The more people know about what you do and why, the better, for you and for the world. Hiding things makes you look dodgy. So does saying no comment. E stands for emotionally true. Does your story create an emotional connection? Does it make you feel something? This is the clincher. As the American writer Maya Angelou said, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Make sure there's enough ice cream to cover all the Brussels sprouts. When you have your story, write it into a press release. In this, tell your story as you would like the media to report it, leading on your best chortle point. Also, include an irresistible quote from you. This will make them want to interview you. You may even get invited on Graham Norton. There again, you may not. Send your press release to your chosen media. Next, wrangling the beast, doing the interview itself. That's a whole other video really, but here are some very quick tips to be going on with. Be prepared, be natural, be in control. Preparation. Anticipate what you're likely to be asked. It's usually pretty obvious, and prepare the answers. Prepare 3 points that you would like to get across in the whole interview, no more. Be natural. Use your real accent. Relax. Don't be afraid to be you. You're nice. You know stuff. They invited you, so you'll be great. Be in control. Make your 3 points come what may. Don't wait to be asked or be bullied into a particular line of questioning. Your agenda is just as good as the interviewer's. Finally, have fun. It's infectious, so the audience will have fun. If you've enjoyed this video, I've been Tony Cole, the Media Wrangler. If you haven't, I've been Piers Morgan. Bye for now, and I hope to see you soon.